welcome back to Sanctum Stitching, where modern meets vintage. I'm Fawn.
And I'm Marianne.
And as always, we are so excited to have you here, whether you're a returning subscriber, a new person that found us, whatever you happen to have you land here to watch us, if I can get my words right, we're excited.
Glad you're here.
Yes, so I think we got a whole bunch today. I know I had some new starts. I had some section finishes on some bigger pieces. I worked on some whips, and I think we both have some haul, and then we have the results of our giveaway. So as we usually start, Marianne, what are you celebrating this week?
I'm celebrating that the dog bite I got on my leg did not get infected, and that I'm taking lots of high dose antibiotics, and that the dogs, I didn't kill them both. No, I'm teasing. No, I'm also celebrating that my dogs went and had a good checkup at the vet today, and we've just got some older dogs, and we're dealing with some cataracts that don't work and some cognitive issues, but that's okay. Fritzy's still Fritzy, so he's keeping things in line for us.
Yeah, he's the normalcy. Who would have thought Fritz would be the normal one?
I know, if that's normal, I'm in big trouble. But no, I'm celebrating that we're just, all of us are, I'm going to sleep well tonight, I think.
Yeah, especially since you haven't been sleeping well the last couple nights, I'm sure. If not, I'll bring you over. I'll bring you over a Benadryl if you need it.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, that'll knock me out for sure.
Exactly. You'll get your sleep.
What are you celebrating then?
I am celebrating, which I don't think you know this about me. I really, really, really like to hike. And growing up in New York, I always hiked in the mountains, and then I come to Toledo, Ohio, and it is flat. But because it's so flat, you can go a lot farther. And so over this last week, I hiked at 2 different parks, and I got about 15 miles between the 2 parks, and it was awesome. So it really invigorated my desire to be a backpacker. And so now I'm sitting here on YouTube, and I'm watching Flosstube, but I'm also watching all of these backpacker videos. And so last night we had our Zoom meeting with everybody once a month, Marianne, if you're new and you don't know, once a month, Marianne and I host a meeting on Zoom, where you can find the link for that on our Facebook page, our Facebook group, Stitching Friends Across Borders, or you can email us. And so after we all got together last night, and it was awesome, I put on a backpacking video, and it was like all the beginner backpacking basics, like what tent do you want? What style shoe? What does an R value mean? Like all of these different things. It was 3 hours long, and I was engrossed in it. Like I forgot to eat my dinner. I'm just sitting there like staring at the screen, watching all this backpacker stuff. And then I also found 2 different treks that I'm watching, which it seems really weird to sit on the couch and watch somebody else hike. But I mean, I also sit on the couch and watch somebody stitch. So I guess it's sort of the same. Yeah. But one of the girls, I'm totally blanking on her name. She is actively hiking the Appalachian Trail right now, which goes from Georgia to Maine. And so every day or every few days, she posts like a 10-minute video of sort of what happened to her the last couple of days. It's really, really cool. And then there's another girl Dixie, from Homemade Wander. My words are screwed up today. Homemade Wanderlust. And she is currently hiking the Florida Trail, which I don't think I would ever hike that. She's literally hiking through swampland on this trail, and it's over 1,000 miles long from one part of Florida all the way down to the bottom. So it's real cool. That's the best thing that's happened to me this week is backpacking.
Well, the librarian in me will come out and tell you, I have a friend from my Zonta club that hikes regularly with several ladies, and I can put you in touch with her. She's much younger than I am. She's a young mother. She's a mother. She's got boys, I think probably about 10 years old, that sort of thing. And these women are young like you, And if you would like, I can put you in touch with her or contact her and ask her about it, because she posts things on her Facebook page. They go hiking every weekend sometimes. You wouldn't have to do it every weekend, but they go to, because here in Northwest Ohio, y'all, it is flat. But we have hiking hills down south of us. You go to Dayton, you suddenly see little hills, and it's like, oh, we've got a few mountains here, and Cincinnati's high on a hill. So we do have hiking capabilities, but not right out here unless you want to walk on flat land, which is okay. At least you're still going somewhere.
But when you walk on the flatland, it's really satisfying because you can get really far and feel pretty much okay. But then when I hike at home in New York in the mountains, at 1 mile could be totally fine, or it could be so taxing.
Well, they have gone to Pennsylvania and all down in southern Ohio and northeastern Ohio. And so if you like, I'll be glad to put you in touch with her. It might be a group you would be interested in, or they could.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Even just to find out like exactly what routes she's taking in our area, because you can look a lot online, but to know somebody that lives where you live and can drive where you can drive makes such a difference.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. That figures that out. Let me make a note. Get hold of it.
Yeah, so that's cutting into my stitching time going outside, but you know, it'll get cold again, and then all I'll do is hibernate and stitch, so it'll be fine. I had three new starts over the last 2 weeks. Did you have any new starts?
No, I have some stuff I bought to start a new start, but I didn't start it yet.
Okay, so I'll go first. I'll go then.
I thought I'd try, but I didn't get to it.
Next time, got 2 weeks.
Next time, I know I got 2 weeks. I know, I promise.
So I started on Carriage House Sampling's Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and I am stitching mine on separate pieces. So Sean and I, if you're new, Sean is my husband, also stitches. Sean and I are picking which one's bigger, which of these pieces we each want to stitch. And since they're going to be separate, I'll probably make them into little pillows or flat folds or something. And that way we don't have to have one big piece, and I also don't have to stitch all of this. So he has started on the swamp creatures.
Okay.
Which that guy is so funny.
Yeah.
And I started on the mermaid.
Okay.
So the fabric is just a random, I have 2 different kinds of tans that we're going to be working on, because when I went to the stitch shop, she didn't have enough of one of the basic tan colors to do all the pieces. So we just sort of mixed and matched with light tan. So I'm not sure exactly which color this is, but it's just like the very basic, not modeled tan.
Okay.
And so.
Oh, okay.
I got quite a bit done. I finished the We Are Afraid, but it's hidden behind the hoop. I started the mermaid's hair. I have a start on the octopus. This is part of the mast of the boat. And then this is the boat that's on the side.
Cool.
So
that's a good
going
start.
well.
Yeah.
I'm kind of color completing currently and avoiding all the blue. But I think this is going to be a good one when I go visit my parents soon to bring. And then I could just sort of knock out the blue and not have to think about anything if I can get some of those motifs in. So yeah, good start there.
Yeah.
Start the pile of stuff. I wish I was Sarah and had the couch right here, because I would totally just
toss it back there.
And if you don't know, Sarah is Memphis Sarah E on Instagram and Flosstube. She's amazing. Go watch her if you haven't.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun.
I adore her. So then the next new start that I had was a hands-on design pattern. And I started the Block Party Meow.
Okay.
So it actually stitches up into a block, sort of like a bisque cornu style, only instead of staggering the corners, you actually meet the corners. And so there's cats all along both sides and fish bowls and cheese and mice, and then 4 different mice or 4 different cats that go at the top. And so I started on the side, which this is stitched on another, almost dropped everything. Another 28 count, just very light creamy color. I don't know the exact name, but it's just sort of cheap, non-dyed. And this is where I got to. So nice. I have the start of one cat, looks real creepy without its mouth in there. The start of these 2 cats, and the one that is sort of half started here will totally look the same as this one. It's just a mirror image. And then you can hardly tell on the computer, but there's little bones down here, like fish bones.
Yeah, I can see
and
yeah.
Yeah, and you can kind of see it in person, but you also can't totally see it. You really can't see it on camera. So I'm not sure if I'm going to outline those. I guess we'll just see when it's all done if it looks like it needs it or not. But this is a fun one. It's going to be pretty long so that it'll go around to be the box, but got a good start.
Are you stitching with two strands?
Yeah, I usually do 2 over 2.
You could try adding a pale beige, like have the one white and one kind of a beige.
Oh yeah, that could work.
Or a light gold or something. Try that on your next batch of fish or something and see how.
Yeah, I'm sure that would make a big difference.
See if that helps or something.
And then the last start was a canvas piece, so totally different style. And this is from Nancy's Needle, part of the American Life series Give Thanks. And it's a small, really cute sort of colony Native American type piece. Let's see. I think that's the best I'm going to get with the glare.
It's showing up nicely. Yeah.
Okay, good. Up here is a really cute Indian corn, and I think that'll be the funnest part. And you'll see when I show the piece, I started doing the teepees, and then stitching the teepees is with a velvet, and I've never stitched with velvet, and it took me so long to stitch the teepees because I was just sitting there feeling the floss because it felt so nice. And I have a little bit extra, so maybe I'll just keep it and like touch it when I like get stressed, be like, oh, velvet, it's okay. So I am this far along. So I have the teepees, I have a path. This will be some pumpkins. The boat in the middle still gets a little bit more done to the mast. And then I have both of the houses stitched, and so I'm sort of good to see where my needle is. I'm working on finishing the water to fill in down here. And then I'm not sure where I'm going to go next. There's a lot of sky, there's a lot of grass, but these are the main motifs.
Okay.
Let's see if I can get close.
Nice job.
Thank you. Let's see, maybe you can see the velvety
feel. I see what
you
mean about the velvet. Yeah, I see.
And they look like such good teepees. She did the perfect job picking those flosses. So very excited about this. I couldn't wait I was gonna try to finish the pansies before I started this. And because having these wooden frames all around your house for canvas pieces, they really do take up some room. It's not like your fabric that you just take off and, just toss in your project bag. You really, once you get all these tacks in there, you want to keep it good, and you don't want anything pressing on it because then this gets soft and that's really hard to stitch on. Sorry, tickling my throat, talking too much. But I couldn't wait anymore. I looked at the pansies again, and I just have too much border, and there's one stitch in there that's been really annoying because I've had to do it 4 different times. And if you know me, I don't like to do the same thing over and over again. So I got a new start, and I'm so excited. And now this will be done in time for like the fall. Yeah. And so I'm really excited to have this on the wall. if I can figure out how to finish a canvas piece. I've stitched canvas pieces and I've never finished any of them because bending the canvas stresses me out. Even though Karen told me it's the same as finishing fabric. I don't know, something about it stresses me out. So you said you didn't have any new starts. Do you have any whips?
I do, my same one, but I'm still making progress on it. I still have this one. I have others in the other room, but this is the one I've been working on. So this is
Look at them.
Yeah, Hearthside Christmas that Fawn gave me. And so I've got the people there. And the white with this is called grits. And sometimes I'll put a little bit of a brighter white in there because sometimes it doesn't show up on this model.
So you have the opposite problem.
Yeah. But I've been doing all the snowflakes and stuff with 2 stitches where everything else, the white is stitched with 2 and everything else is 1 stitch pretty much.
Well, they show up on camera.
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, I hope so. I wanted them to show up on this when I do whatever I'm going to do with it. So, but no, I'm pretty much now, I'm going to be doing another border here. There's still some more lettering to go, some more words down here, but no, I'm enjoying this. So I sit here and stitch on this.
Yeah, that's a beautiful pattern. I'm so glad you liked it. I took probably an hour looking around, and I was thinking, like, the whole time I was looking around the stitch shop, I was thinking of you. And so I decided on sort of 2 patterns, and then I couldn't choose. And then I took a couple minutes, went back, and finally picked that one. So I'm so glad you actually liked it. I picked the right one.
Very nice. I think anything you chose would have been just fine. So
right. Unless they were pierced earrings.
Well, the pierced earrings are fine. I just need to unpierce them. I still need to go to Joanne Fabrics.
Wherever you get that, I can replace them. I have the tools to do it, so it'll take me just a minute or so.
Yeah. Okay, I will keep that.
So then I have one whip. If you're newer to the cross stitch community, whip is work in progress. And so I worked on the baby boars. So baby boars and Japanese flowers by, I think it's Gara and then Kayoko Muraku. Not quite sure how to pronounce it. It is a designer you can find on Etsy. And here's what it'll look like. And here's where I got to.
That is really, I love the colors in that. And I like it.
I adore this. Yeah. So I put the little flowers down here. I can't remember if I did this yellow bunch. I got this leaf started and I did all of these flowers. So I think I only worked on this for a day or so, but now that I'm getting this leaf in, I could put another baby boar right up here and I'm very excited.
Cool.
Oh, my mom called one day when I was working on it and she was like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I was like, "Baby boars." And she's like, "Oh, you're back to the baby boars, are you?" Like, yes, don't you know baby boars on a leaf? Are you kidding me?
I love how it's standing up on that pretty pink flower too. I think that's such a pretty flower that it's standing.
Yeah, it just makes them look so delicate and tiny. Like, so Mom, I'm gonna bring this when I come see you so you can see the magic of the baby boars in person.
So you won't laugh at me, Mama.
Exactly. And then I have 2 section finishes on bigger projects. Did you finish anything or have something else you wanted to show?
No, I'm okay with what we've got going here.
Okay.
They've seen the knitting already. The knitting's the same thing. I just added another row, so that cowl will be finished before the end of June, maybe by mid-June.
Oh, okay. So maybe by our next video.
Yeah, I'll get to work on that too. Yes.
So the section finish, one of them I had was for Clouds Factory Through the Stars Zodiac Sampler. Here's what the whole piece looks like. And of course, this thing has been stitched on for many months now, so it's getting very wrinkly. But I finally finished this section.
Okay.
So he's a little chunkier than he's supposed to be. You can see it on the one side. But you know,
he looks fish.
He looks fine. You know, he's a chunky guy.
Okay.
And then I also got this Quaker in, and I did it perfectly right. I stitched, it's a variegated, I think, Weeks Dye Works thread, and I stitched each square by itself, so the variegation looks awesome. I was very happy to see like the green and the green were across from each other, and I didn't mess up the center. It's perfectly centered, which was not the case with that Quaker, but I got one Quaker right in my life.
There you go. That's not her favorite thing to do, y'all, that and borders.
I would rather stitch a Quaker than stitch a border, but
okay, that's good to know.
Don't like the Quaker. But here's the whole thing so far. If I hold it back, maybe you can see the color better.
That's pretty. Yeah, it does show up better.
So that's exciting. The next one will be this like lamb type one. And I totally can't remember what sign that is, but that'll be cool to do. And then I worked on the Clouds Factory Endangered Animals. And so that's technically titled There Is No Planet B. And June 1st, we get the next pattern, which will be an underwater pattern. And I'm very excited to see what it's going to be. Did I share yet what this month's animals were?
I think you did, but show them again. What the heck? You know.
It is, let me find the name. It is an Antarctic blue whale, which is critically endangered, and a Hawksbill turtle, which is also critically endangered.
I don't know. You might not have told us that.
There we go.
Okay. No, we did not know. You may have started on it or something, but no. Very nice. How cute
are they? That whale is just perfect.
Yeah.
Love the colors. I love the turtle. He's so tiny compared to the whale, and it just makes it real cute. Yeah.
No, I think the last thing we saw was that shark up above.
The hammerhead.
Yeah, the hammerhead. I don't think the whale was in the picture. So very nice.
And here's everything so far.
Oh, Fawn, that's neat. Yeah, that looks
good. It's a really cool one. Which I really like the Grimm's Fairy Tale, which was last year's stitch along, but I think I like this one even more. So it's going to be pretty big. The next section will be right over here. So we go this way, and then we start to wind our way up, and the very last section will be over here.
I love the colors in all the seagrass down below there.
Right? Yeah, I wasn't sure if I liked the pink and yellow coral at the bottom.
The coral, I think it looks cool.
I like the seagrass, and then the more I look at the coral, the more I like it. Sean loves it.
Yeah, I like it in the pink kind of whatever animal that is over there, a squid or something, or
it's an axolotl.
Okay.
Which they're real cute. They're teeny tiny, and they just like, let me see if I have the picture.
Oh, okay.
They always just sort of float there and smile at you. So people really love those.
Okay.
Here, let me show the Antarctic blue whale, obviously a big boy.
Yeah.
And the Hawksbill turtle, you can see that the face, and my nails are not painted nicely. You can see the bill a little bit is kind of pointed like a hawk, which is really cool.
That is cool. Neat. Well, you're learning all this scientific information as well.
Yeah. So if you want to comment down below, take a guess what the next creatures will be. There's always two, and it will be a sea creature of some sort or a water creature. I don't know that's necessarily going to be sea. I have no idea. Maybe a manatee. That would be cool. I'm pretty sure those are endangered. But there are so many endangered like water species that I really don't know what they're going to show up with. A beluga, that would be cool, or a narwhal.
Yeah.
I feel like they might do a narwhal. That seems a little wild and unique.
Yeah. Well, and even coral is, you know, that's neat to see that, because over there in Australia, they have reefs of it that died. They're trying to revive it again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually what I was saying to Sean. I was like, oh, we should have done the coral white. And I was like, well, never mind. If the coral's white, that means it died. So we don't want white coral in our stitching.
It's the ghost of the coral.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Just a couple of days till June 1st, because today is May, is it the 26th?
26th.
So we're getting there.
A week from today, I think. And next Tuesday, I think, is the 1st. Yeah, it is next Tuesday, because I just made an appointment for them to come check our hot water heater. Yeah.
Well, no.
Well, they do it every year. They have to come.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's a long time to go up without a hot shower.
Oh, no. It's a tankless hot water heater. And so they have to check and make sure everything's working right inside it and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just sits on the wall out there in the garage.
So that is all I have for actual stitching. Did you have any vintage this week?
I did. I went into the living room and picked out some books.
Okay, I'm into books.
I like, y'all know I do like Cruel. I don't pick it up as often as I like, but this was a library book from I forget where I got it. I think somebody may have given it to me or something like that, but it actually was from the Willard Memorial Library in Willard, Ohio. And it's a 1971 Cruel Embroidery Made Easy by Barbara C. McLennan. So here's the front of it.
Oh, okay.
And the back is in black and white camera. And it's still got the pocket from when you used to check the book out.
The library card.
And the card would go in there and it would tell you when the book was due. And the interesting thing about this is it was published by Doubleday and Company, Inc., it says, New York. Now, see, they've got it 1971 in here, but I'm thinking that's when the copyright was. Yes, the copyright, the Library of Congress catalog card number starts with the 71. The copyright is officially 1972. And it's got a preface. And it's, she says, acknowledgements. I would like to thank all the women who allowed their work to be photographed, especially Anne Leonheiser, whose early encouragement and enthusiasm were highly appreciated. I would also like to thank Jay Hulme, Hulme, and Roy Adler for doing the darkroom work, and my husband Bob for the photography. And there is nothing in here that's done in colors as far as the pictures go. There, here's an example of it says modern piece inspired by the ornate tree of the life motif. Note the earth mounds and intricate, closely placed flowers. Okay, see that? Now in today's world, it would be in color, probably. Yeah. But here's fabric and design inspired by traditional motifs.
Oh,
a lot of Cruel, isn't that something? A lot of Cruel, you'll see like the bell pull I'm making, but she also has it in the back, a glossary of stitches, so that she shows you how to do different Cruel stitches. Number 91 is the scroll stitch in the top row, and then the row, the coral stitch and such on down, speaking of coral. And And then she was very young. It looked like, she says here's her picture in the back of the book.
Oh, okay. She
And
does look young.
yeah, it says she taught herself cruel and soon became hooked up by its witchery. She now gives classes in her neighborhood and wrote this book to show how easy it is to create a work of cruel art. She has an MA in English from Villanova University and has taught high school. And at this time she lived in Haverford, Pennsylvania. So this was back in 1971. So she's probably in her late 70s or early 80s by now.
I wonder if she's still doing any work.
I don't know. I'll have to look her up and I'll let you know. But here's a pretty dogwood blossom stitched in fine chain stitch detail of pillow design and worked on by Anne Leonheiser.
Wow, look at that flower.
So here you have, this is 1971/72. Here's an introduction to crewel embroidery done by Maeve Glenny, Glenny. And it's one I picked up at one of our things from Guild that somebody had in their, stash. And it's, we hope you enjoy this book as much as we enjoyed preparing it for you. This is a Guild of Master Craftsmen Publications LT. I see back there.
He just woke up, so that's why I was like, oh, we should. He should have his appearance the same as Roscoe on your chair.
Now, Roscoe's just snoring away back here. This book this was done in 1998, so we're talking.
Okay, well, newer.
27 years different.
I was in kindergarten.
Okay, thank you. Yes, okay. Reprinted in 1999. I had lived up here for 8 years by then, so I was in my late 40s. Here she has some sketches done in, just black and white, and her picture's in color in the back here. I'll get back to there. But she does have ideas on how to, like, here are some of your supplies you need. And those pictures are in color.
That's nice.
Your hoops and frames, mounting and framing your piece. So you know how you have to pull it tight, with
the lacing.
Yes, the lacing. Here's a Jacobean fire screen. Now, a fire screen, for those of you who may not know, people used to do these a lot, and it literally is, you put it in front of your fireplace, and it's a decorative screen.
The finished product. Okay.
Yes, the finished product. Finished size here is 16 by 20 inches. This is going to be just an example, but a lot of people would have, this says plywood or mounting board is what they put it on. But it used to be you would have a fire screen that was all embroidered somehow, and that you put it as a decoration in front of your fireplace, so you weren't just looking into a blank hole, if you weren't using the fire at the time. Here's a pretty tulip design.
Oh, I like the colors in that.
And the patterns over here on the left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not showing it, and I don't think anybody could trace it quickly.
You couldn't trace that one.
There's a butterfly box.
Oh, okay.
Butterfly. So there's several of these, and the nice thing is the pictures are in color. And then she has examples of stitches.
Those look really clear.
Yeah. So just a difference in how you can, especially when you're doing work that, and this is an example of just something small, a little placemat with some embroidery just in the corner.
So small, and yet you know how many hours that takes.
I know. They'll like here, lid for ceramic bowl. And we know that's going to take a little while, even though it looks like it wouldn't.
Right. You're like, oh, that's easy. And then a week later.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. You like boats. Here you go, a galleon.
Oh, I do like that.
Yeah.
Looks like a lot of layers at the bottom.
I think well, let's see. It's stem stitch, a lot of stem stitch, where it's all the swirls. This is what the pattern itself looks like at the bottom.
Oh, okay. So just using different colors for the same
Yeah.
stitch made it look like it had dimension.
Yeah, more than likely. It's actually, it's got some blues and whites in it. That way it's kind of like it looks, and they've got it, this is outlined some. You've got your stitches going around the white stuff, and the blues are blended in there.
That's a really cool one.
I think probably the fabric's blue. It's more of a mottled fabric, because this is all, if you look at the top.
Yeah, or maybe she painted it.
I was going to say, or it's painted. Yeah, that's what I was going to say next. Let's see if it says. Main fabric is lightweight silk. Backing fabric is plain toning cotton. Surround is fabric of contrasting color and texture with a white piping braid. Pelmet Veline, silk dyes, white mixer, turquoise, ultramarine, petro, green ochre, white outliner plus outliner tube with metal nozzle point. So she used silk fabric and then did silk dyes on it. So there you go.
Yeah, that's
and it's
really
got
cool.
Wool, it's got wool shades on it too, because like these, you know, this is probably wool, the base and the things on the ship, kind of like
applique on.
Yeah, yeah. So let's see what it says about her back here.
So it's crewel is usually, is that made with wool?
Yes.
That you do crewel embroidery?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it looks
that what makes
like
it
she's
crewel?
branching out, but mostly it's wool. Yeah, it's wool.
Because otherwise it would just be regular embroidery, right?
Yes. That is correct. That is correct. Says here, Mavis S. Glennie, known to her friends as Maeve, is a busy Methodist minister's wife, mother, and embroiderer. Maeve lives in a small, rugged coastal town on the Ards, ARDS Peninsula in Northern Ireland. She is a creative needlewoman who has, over the past 7 years, taught most forms of embroidery, as well as silk dyeing, fabric painting, applique, banner making, patchwork, and candle wicking. Maeve has had several pieces exhibited and has given many talks to women's organizations throughout Northern Ireland. She is a member of the Northern Ireland Embroidery Guild and has completed the Creative Embroidery Course Parts 1 and 2 with the City and Guilds of London Institute. She is well known in ecclesiastical circles for her banners, pulpit falls, and altar frontals, and her work adorns many church sanctuaries, particularly in Ireland. And here's her picture, and this is from 1998.
Hold it up a little bit. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like her hair.
Friendly lady.
She has some curly hair.
Tall, curly hair. Yeah, yeah. She's got in here about how to do, how to make patterns. You know, how to make them smaller or larger. You know, if you're trying to do it, there's an example of that. And just an interesting. So just the difference here. This book would definitely be vintage. This is not quite vintage, but well, yeah, it is. It's 20 years old. So, because we've been married 28 years. So yeah, this is at least 20 years old, which can fall into the vintage category. And she's even got about color and backgrounds and such, you know, and here's the paints.
Yeah, so maybe she did paint it. She's got a picture of paint in there.
Yeah, so I thought you might find it interesting to see.
Oh yeah.
And this was bought by some lady that lived in New Madison, Ohio, because the invoice is on the back. And she was part of an I Love Quilting book club, but you got to get this intro to crewel embroidery at the same time. And this book cost her $3.25.
Oh my gosh.
1998. So it's definitely that was not very expensive, but still that was that just goes to show how things have gone up in time here. I don't know about you, but it's getting dark over here. It looks like
it just started pouring.
Oh, did it? Well, then it's probably coming our way. This
all of a
rain
sudden.
was supposed to go south of us, but it's decided to head our direction. It's getting dark outside. So that's my vintage for today.
Yeah, like it is, don't mean to be distracted, but it's making the pond. So there's a pond right outside my apartment.
Yeah.
It looks like popping popcorn when the water hits the pond, because it makes the little air bubbles, and then there's just all these air bubbles everywhere. So that's how hard it is raining, that the pond looks like popcorn.
Yeah, we went to the vet today and it was raining as soon as I started backing the car out of the garage.
Always.
Raining. So we'll get this folded up before it starts lightning, because I'm not staying online if it's lightning or anything. Thunder and lightning I don't do. So
gotcha. Okay. So all we have left is haul and our giveaway. So I'll go first. My haul, I got my Black Needle Society Rainbow Stitches box, and there are tons of videos that do unboxing. So I was just going to show a couple of my favorite pieces, and so that way we're not talking through the whole box. So the first one is Fancy Floss, and it's Silks for You, and the colorway is May Pride.
Oh my goodness, that's beautiful.
Gorgeous. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pattern. I don't know what to put it on, so I guess my hand will do.
It does fine on that. Shows up nicely. Oh my goodness.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what to stitch with it, but it's definitely just nice to look at. And of course it's silk, so it feels nice. So yeah, that came in there. Very fun.
Cool.
The next piece that was in there, of course, I left the tag. It is a piece of 32 count fabric from Fortnite Fabrics in the colorway Hue. So Fortnite Fabrics, if you haven't heard of them.
Yeah.
And here's the piece, which I actually haven't opened it all the way yet.
The rain just arrived here. Oh my goodness, that's something.
No longer raining here, so maybe it's just a quick one.
Yeah.
But look at that. It's so pretty.
That silk you just showed us looks like it would work nicely with that if it wouldn't disappear in it.
Oh yeah, definitely, because it's got some darker spots in it.
Yeah. Oh, that would be gorgeous. Yeah.
So I'll have to find something to pair those two. And then they also always include a pattern that's exclusive to the box. And so the pattern for this month was by Stitchrovia, who is, I believe, Emma Congdon. And it says, "Be kind always."
Oh, okay.
So it's real cute. And the best part is it even comes with multiple skin tones. So you have the dark, it's sort of the medium, and the light skin tone. So you can choose what works best for you. So I thought that was really cute. And of course, the rest of the box is great too, but I don't want to spend all the time on it.
Well, you can share that another time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I have two more things. And the first is Cross Stitch for the Earth, which is also by Emma Congdon. So that was kind of fun. And it is a cross stitch book, and all the things are related to nature and recycling and all that stuff. The charts are super nice. And I'll show my absolute favorite one, because I was talking to Marianne about needing to dye fabric for it. And so now she can see what I was referring to.
Okay.
But the patterns in here, they're very nice. They're bright colored. And I think they'll be super easy to stitch from. So if you like the book, definitely recommend it. And so here's the piece.
Cool. Yeah.
And so it says, "Between two pines is a doorway to a new world." And it says J. Muir for John Muir. And you don't stitch the dark greens. So you're only stitching the light greens and sort of the whites. So everywhere that you see the dark green pine trees in the middle, it's totally blank. And I'm pretty sure you don't stitch the deer either, you just stitch around it.
Okay.
And so I might try to dye some really dark green fabric, or I might paint it, or I might chicken out and just buy some hunter green fabric. But I think it would be really cool to try, and even if I can get some modeling in there, I think that would make the trees look really nice. So that's my favorite one in the book. And at some point I'll pass this to you so you can look through it, because that's always fun.
She's gonna let me look at it, y'all.
And I'll take it right back so I can stitch
That's
that
right,
pattern.
but I get to look at it.
And then, of course, this is thanks to Sarah. Sarah sent me the link to this project bag. She said, you have to have it. And I did. So then there was one left, and they didn't have it on their website, but they had it on their Etsy. So then we had a whole discussion about, like, okay, do you think they like cross-check their stock between their Etsy and their website? Ended up being okay. So I got a project bag from Lila Styles, which is the first project bag I've ever actually ordered online. Any project bag I've gotten, I bought in person. So that was different for me. And so it says Lila Styles. Here's her Etsy shop name, which is just Lila Styles Me.
Yeah.
And look at the bag.
Oh my goodness.
Like, as
That's
soon as
a
Sarah
Hogwarts
said
one,
she
isn't
bought
it?
that, yeah. So
Mhm.
you have Hogwarts, you have the Quidditch pitch,
Yeah.
you have Hogsmeade, or not Hogsmeade, Diagon Alley,
Yeah.
the dragon.
Oh,
It's
good
just
Lord.
gorgeous.
Well,
And
thank you, Sarah.
yeah, and I took a picture of this fabric and tried to do the Google search image, and I could only find this fabric in her shop. So I don't know where she got it, but it's so pretty. It is a sort of bucket style bag. So while it looks kind of small, it's really not when it gets extended. The inside's a cool fabric. It came with a Deathly Hallows charm, which if you know Harry Potter, you know all about the Deathly Hallows. So I thought that was a really nice touch. And it came with a Harry Potter sticker.
Oh, cool.
And a stash tea that's the flavor is coconut mango. And I've never seen that one before, so I thought that was really cool.
Well, Fritzy just left.
He's not interested in coconut mango.
No. And I don't know if you saw Roscoe fly out at here. Joe opened up something out of the refrigerator, and Roscoe just woke up and flew right out. And
stopped mid-snore.
changed positions on the sofa a little bit ago. So, no, that's really cool. I haven't read the books, but I've watched every Harry Potter movie, sometimes twice.
I'm telling you, you got to listen to the books while you stitch. They're so good. But look at it. Just love it.
That is cool.
And so in our weather update for today, you can probably see by my reflection, the sun is completely out now.
Yep.
So I bet if we did go outside, there'd be a rainbow.
Probably so. And the wind has slowed down here, and I can see, we can tell from this window here that the sun is shining again on some of our trees.
Because everyone needed to know our weather.
Right, well, of course. Well, you know, it's important to know our weather. It's very important.
So what did you get? How exciting. You got some stuff.
Amberarius and I went up to, we took a trip up to Tecumseh one day. And so I got in Denise's shop, and I had a gift certificate from my niece for Christmas. And then I still had some from the guild. So, and Denise's daughter is an artist, one of her daughters. And so her daughter designed this pattern with the
that's cute.
And then this company will put it onto bags or whatever. So I just had to have this. Well, it was a toss-up. There's also one up there with a big owl on the front, you know, a big owl. And I don't know why, but I like the owl too. Who knows? I may buy that. Joe, I came home and Joe said another tote. It does not surprise him when
you can't have enough tote bags.
I never have enough tote bags. And then I also but it's easier to leave it all in the bag. You were showing the, yesterday, I get the keepsakes cross-stitch calendar, and it came yesterday, and they, for a while there, yeah, there's the sun, they were putting the patterns were all, or the charts were all in the calendar. You would, you would look at one side and then they were in the back. And then they started doing them in the booklet. So you have the calendar you can put on the wall with all the pictures like these.
Oh, look at those Halloween ones.
This, and yet the patterns, it's in a nice booklet that you have the pattern instead of having to tear up your calendar. Here's the other grouping of pictures.
We'll have to switch books so I can flip through that one.
Yeah, aren't those cool? So I have the calendar ready to hang on the wall. I hang it there in the front bed in Fritzy's room. It hangs on the wall along with a, it's a porch calendar, and it's pictures of portraits all around the world. So
okay.
I don't go in and look at them except to change them, but they're there if I want to. So I used to keep them up. I kept the porch one at work all the time. I had that when I was working at the courts. And then up at Denise's shop and up at the quilt patch too. I went up to the quilt patch. Let's see, I've got some floss in here. Oh yeah, I bought floss.
Yeah, it's dangerous having a needle workshop and a quilt shop directly next to each other.
I love these designs by JBW Designs, the French country stuff. So I got this to the Queen, and it's a little piece to do to the Queen, and you could do it in French too. I ought to do that for a little. But Lily just loves Peppa Pig. And I've told you all about this before. And the whole thing of Peppa Pig is she and her friends go to visit the Queen. And so Lily's big on the Queen. So I thought this would be very appropriate for her. And I got this lovely fabric. It's going to be hard to see. It's a pretty blue, real pale.
Looks a little gray, but hold it back and I think the color will show up better. Yeah, now it looks blue. When it was closer, it looked gray.
Soft blue. And so I got that for it. And then, of course, I had to pick out different colors of fabric to maybe go on the back.
Oh, okay.
So I went up to the quilt patch, which is just above there. And I really I think I like this one probably the best.
Yeah, that's really nice. It's very delicate.
Yeah. That or this little one here. This has kind of a bit of a lavender touch to it. So we'll see.
Once you get it stitched, you'll know.
Yeah, I'll know. And then, of course, the floss is really pretty. And I went out and bought 2 skeins just in case. But it's a pretty, it's called, wait a minute here. Blue Whisper. No, that's not right. Where do they tell you? They tell you the number. Okay, it just says blue over 2, and it's DMC 156, and then the white's the bright white. But it's when you look at it, it just has a nice, it's not a bright blue. It's more like a lavender.
Oh, okay.
It's got a lavender look to it. And then, of course, that real bright white. So I thought, well, that shouldn't take too long. So that's one of my, I got to get this started thing. And then I tried to remember too that Maria had told me about the sign she used to have hanging in her office that said the Queen is not accepting audiences today. So I think I need to make a little thing for Lily. This is linen. This is Belfast linen, 32 count. So you know how I am about teeny tiny count.
Yeah.
And then this is to encourage me to sit down and write some notes to people. This is original art for crosswork designs by Mirabilia Designs. They took He sells these separately in the store too, where you buy just one card and envelope. But she had these packages. It's assorted greeting cards, 4 designs, 12 blank cards and envelopes. So here's one design. This is Butterfly Fairy.
That's beautiful. I did not see those when I was at her shop. Maybe they're new.
Well, this was off to the side, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And I just happened to see it. This is Rose Arbor. So this is as it's being designed. You know, it's not the final stitching. Oh, hi, Fritzy.
Have you ever stitched a Mirabilia before?
No, I have one to think about, but I've never. Oh, Fritzy, don't do that. No, get off. Off. Don't tip the books over. No, Fritz, get off. I don't. This is called Fairy Roses.
Oh, okay.
That would be a pretty one to do. And then the last but not least is Damask Roses. I knew he'd come in here, doggone it. Can you see it? Isn't that pretty? But these
I like how they're mid-design. That's very different.
Yeah. And then it's just a matter of a nice card, and you can send somebody a note, and it's they've got the nice big envelopes. And so I just thought, well, I'll just buy these for myself. I need some new. I really don't need more stationery. I've got quite a lot, but
yeah, I'm a sucker for stationery, so I get it.
Oh, God, that and special cards. My sister used to, and I've started this when I was working, and I haven't continued it at home so much, but Midge would have a basket on her desk and favorite cards that she liked, so she would change them. And I got to doing that too. I had an easel, a little easel that I would put a card on, and I would leave it there for a day or two, and then I'd change it. And around the holidays, I had some that were, Christmassy or Thanksgiving or something. So I would try and change the card every day or every 2 or 3 days. And it's maybe fun to do.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to do a card exchange, because you buy the packs and they give you so many, and you're like, well, I'm not going to use 12 of these bird cards, Well,
and the thing was, a lot of these were ones people had mailed me. Maybe they sent me a Christmas card, or they sent a note about something. And I just, forget that. I'm just not one that throws cards away. It's terrible. I've still got
I don't either.
From 3 or 4 years ago lined up in the living room in a Longaberger basket. So that was my haul. So y'all, I did have haul for a change. That'll have to do for a while. So now that I've rattled and rolled here.
A little crinkly today. So all that's left is our giveaway. And so to celebrate us hitting, where are we at? Almost 700 now, I think.
Oh.
Almost 600? I can't remember.
We were close. We were at around, we jumped to like 598, and then we jumped down 3 or 4.
Maybe we're almost back at 600 again.
Okay, that would be good. Yeah, I'm looking real quick.
So to celebrate, we were giving away 12 charts, one for each year, and they are You and I and Friends, and they're from 2000. And so, for example, here is the January one, the January clock. And so the winner of this is Fran Cohen, and I'm so excited for you, Fran. I know you will just absolutely adore these. We got to talk to Fran last night, and she shared some vintage pieces that she stitched for her son a long time ago, and the colors looked just like she had stitched it last week. It was gorgeous.
Oh, they did, yeah.
So Fran, I'm pretty sure I have your address, but email it to me anyway, just in case, to make sure it does go where you want it to go. And I will get these out to you. I'll probably get these out to you sooner than I got Heather's mail out to her, because going to the post office to mail to Canada stressed me out. But I know you're in the US, and I have a postal bag for these, so I'm okay.
We're at 596 subscribers.
Okay.
As of right now. Yeah.
Awesome.
So thank y'all. Thank you very much. We're excited about that.
And so then I figured I would give away one more chart, just because. And so this is by So Much to Love, and it says, "The whole earth smiles in flowers." And so it's a cute little chart. It's 87 by 59, so it's really tiny. But yeah, there's just a little bit of back stitching, and this could be a chart that you use of some of just your DMC that you want to get rid of, or you have a bunch you always wanted to use that one color and you didn't know where. Like, change these flowers up and make them whatever you want them to be.
That's right.
So if you would like to win this, comment and tell us what your favorite flower is. And so make sure you use the word flower, because that's the one I'll search for in 2 weeks. And of course, the usual giveaway rules that we have to say apply. So you must be 18, so you can give us your address. Don't say giveaway, and use the keyword flower. So I just love that. I thought it was so cute.
That is
and
cute.
I thought that might appeal to a lot of people too, because you could give this as a gift or keep it for yourself, and you could finish this a bunch of different ways. So
very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And on that note, looking around, I've got piles on the floor, but I don't really have any piles on my desk anymore.
That good girl. That, and I need to take pictures of things to send to you for the show.
Oh yeah, I put everything away, forgetting I was supposed to take pictures too. So
I try to leave it out so I remember. Otherwise, she says, "Do you have any? What happened to the pictures?" So trying to get better at getting them up high. So there we go.
Yeah,
it's been fun today. It's been a nice day.
Yes, definitely. So on that note, we are, as always, so glad that you made it to the end, that you stayed with us. Hope you got some good stitching in along the way. Maybe we enabled you in some way or another. And Sarah, especially, hopefully I enabled you in some way, because you keep enabling me and it's not fair. So on that note, everybody have a great 2 weeks, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye, y'all.